Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about getting started with your fitness. Okay, common question that I get. Right, I've decided to start doing something for my fitness. I'm looking for a program. What do I do? What's the best way to start? Is cardio the best way to go? Do I need to start lifting weights? Do I need to do CrossFit? Do I need to get a personal trainer? I want to do Zumba, Pilates, yoga, walking, running, swimming, brilliant Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like, there's all types of things that people look at and say, is this the way to get started? um, the first answer to the question of what is the best thing to do when you're first getting started is do whatever you're going to be consistent at doing. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. If you feel like you can consistently get off the couch and go for a walk for a mile every day, and you're going to be consistent with that, and you can successfully implement that and put that into your routine, that's how you should get started. Okay. If joining a gym and finding a class time and getting off your butt and going to the gym seems to be too much of a challenge right now, then that's not for you. Right. What you can make yourself do, what you can fit into your schedule and be consistent at doing, that's where you're going to be most successful. Once you get into the flow and you get into the habit of doing something, you're going to get to a point where that's not working for you anymore. Okay. Our bodies will reach a point where we've trained them, or we've done an activity to a point where maybe we lost some weight, maybe we got stronger, maybe we saw some more energy, whatever it may be. But it's going to get to a point where you don't feel like, hey, this isn't really getting me any further than I already am, right? I'm stagnant. I've hit a plateau. I need to do something different. Then you can reevaluate. Okay, I've got to this habit. I've added this habit into my lifestyle now. What can I change about the habit as far as the activity that I'm doing? Can I spend longer time doing it? Can I find a different activity? Um, Whatever. So get started. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you want to look at is um, you want to be as efficient and get the most bang for your buck as possible. Okay. So for someone who is severely overweight, who is severely out of shape, and who has no cardio and no cardiovascular endurance, low muscle, high fat, just no movement, anything, oftentimes cardio is an entry point for people. Okay. Often we always get the question, is it better to do cardio to lose fat? Because that's what we've been told our whole lives, right? Initially, I think cardio is a great way for someone to get started. Peloton, get on a bike, get on an elliptical, go for a walk, go for a run, do something that is low impact and makes your body work at a lower intensity level for a longer period of time, and you're going to burn some fat. That is going to get to a point. Okay, everybody's seen them. The same person on the elliptical every time you go to the gym. They've been there for 5 years. They look exactly the same. They are destroying themselves on the elliptical. They're going to break the damn thing because they're going so fast, and they're on there for an hour and a half every day. Okay, but it's not doing anything for them. They haven't adjusted based on what their progress has gotten them. Okay, you need to adjust. We talk about this with nutrition. It works exactly the same with fitness. Okay, something is going to work for you for a time. You're going to get to a point where your body has adapted and is now at a balanced level of, hey, I know what you're expecting of me. I'm ready to do it. I can handle it, right? Uh, your body's only going to change based on the things that you do to make a change. So if you want to get stronger, if you want to have more endurance, if you want to have more energy, if you want to be more flexible, if you want to be able to move your body without pain, you're going to have to do something more than just cardio. Okay. So hold on a second. I'm getting a call. Don't need that call. Um, so there's going to need, at some point, there's going to need to be an inclusion of movements that are functional and complex and with weight against resistance. Okay. So let's say you start with cardio. Some point soon after, you're going to need to incorporate some strength training, complex movements, squats, deadlifts, thrusters, wall balls, kettlebell swings, things where you're moving multiple joints and moving your whole body. If you want to start with that, that's fine as well, right? Personally, my recommendation for people is start with a combination of cardio and functional movement, right? You should be doing something to improve your cardio respiratory condition, but you should also be doing something to improve your metabolic, the multiple phases of metabolic health, right? So your body burns different fuels based on what you're doing, right? If you're doing something short and fast, you're burning more sugars. If you're doing something long and slow, you're burning more fats. And you want to mix that up. You want to get the combination of those going. You want to be metabolically healthy, metabolically flexible. So you want to use your body in ways it's going to access different types of fuel. The other thing about doing complex movements and doing complex movements with weight is you're using more muscles. So you're going to do two things. You're going to require more fuel and you're going to build more muscle. Okay. If I get on an elliptical or if I get on a treadmill and I row and I walk or whatever, run, get on a treadmill, do that, whatever, elliptical, I'm using I'm using my whole body to a point. I'm using my arms, I'm using my legs, but I'm using it at such a low level of intensity that the stimulus to grow muscle is basically non-existent. Okay. The only thing I'm doing is I'm putting enough effort into it to make my heart and my lungs work hard. Okay. I'm out of breath. I'm sweating. I've got all this stuff going on. My blood is pumping because my heart and my lungs are doing everything they can to help my body provide fuel to do what I'm doing. Okay. It's cardiovascular training. That's what it is by definition. Okay. So we're not training, we're not building our muscles. Okay. The only things really asking for a lot of fuel at that point is our heart and lungs. Right. So if we're talking about fat burning, what parts of our body are asking for fuel? Heart and lungs. Two things, basically. All right. If we're talking about functional movement and we're talking about HIIT training with weight resistance, right? Let's say I have to do 50 thrusters or 50 wall balls or 50 burpees, right? I'm using way more muscles, right? I'm using way more muscles against resistance. So now I'm stimulating my muscles to ask for energy. I'm using multiple muscles, multiple joints, and I'm burning more fuel because now I'm building more muscle, because now I'm actually working muscles and giving them a stimulus that says, hey, you're doing more than we're ready for. We need to grow. Okay. So functional movement in general is a great combination to help with all of the different areas of fitness. Okay. So to answer the question, what's better for fat loss, cardio, or weight training, I would say cardio is a great place if you've never done anything, but it's not going to last you very long. Very soon, you're going to need to move into functional training, complex movements with weight. If you really want to see progress in lean mass growth, metabolic health, fat burn, joint and range of motion movement, and pain reduction, injury prevention, longevity, immune function improvement. Like there's so many other things that go into that because you're building muscle and you're using your body the way it needs to be used. All right. So hopefully that answers the question. If you guys have any other questions, please ask, and I'll see you soon.